Breaking news surrounding Major League Baseball concerning the New York Mets. And Mets fans, you're not going to like this one. Well, maybe some of you might because of what the contract has been displayed, but the New York Mets have officially just lost Jacob deGrom, as the Texas Rangers have officially signed deGrom to a 5-year, $185 million contract with an option for a 6-year that would total the contract to $222 million. That's from MLB.com's Jeff Passan. So, yeah, the New York Mets just lost Jacob deGrom. And now you have to wonder if the New York Mets are going to pivot to a guy like Senga from Korea, the pitcher they've been looking for in the Korean League. If they're going to pivot to, the Japanese League. If they're going to pivot to Justin Verlander. How this is going to make keeping Chris Bassett and Taijuan Walker even more. You still have Brandon Nimmo out there that's a free agent, but Jacob deGrom is from Texas. That's his hometown. So, am I surprised that he signed with his hometown? No. Am I honestly a little sad? Of course. I've been watching and I've been a fan of Jacob deGrom with the New York Mets. He's the last one standing. He was the last one standing from that Fab Five from the New York Mets many years ago. But that's it. Jacob deGrom is now officially an ex-New York Met, and he's officially now a Texas Ranger. Now the question is, would the New York Mets have been smart enough to sign Jacob deGrom, who's 35 years old, to a $185 million deal for 5 years, which is what his agent was probably looking for in free agency? That's the thing that a lot of fans have to wonder. Is would you have been able to offer Jacob deGrom that type of money? Would you feel comfortable offering Jacob deGrom that type of money if you're the New York Mets? Would you have been willing to do that? I'm torn. Because I love Jacob deGrom. I've been a fan of Jacob deGrom for many years. He has been my favorite player on the New York Mets, so this one hurts. This one hurts so much because it's a homegrown Met that I've been watching since the early 2000s, who has been in the Mets system since 2006 as a shortstop, converted into a starting pitcher, was the lowest regarded pitcher on this New York Mets starting staff. Lowest guy, beyond Noah Syndergaard, Steven Matz, Matt Harvey, Zach Wheeler. Jacob deGrom was fifth, and he ended up being the last one standing out of that Fab Five. He was the only one that's consistently pitched well over his career. And this one hurts. And now, what the hell do the New York Mets do? Are you going to go out there and sign Justin Verlander to a big deal, who he's about approaching 40 years old? You still have Max Scherzer, but he's making a lot of money, and he tailed off, and he's approaching his age 40 years old. Do you sign this guy Senga from the Japanese League thinking he's going to be a guy that can come in there and make a difference? And you have to think about it now. You just lost your ace pitcher to the Rangers. That is a major piece that is missing from your starting rotation. And you still have Chris Bassett and Taijuan Walker as free agents. Does this make it more urgent for the Mets to go out there and sign Taijuan Walker and Chris Bassett now that Jacob deGrom is in New York as an ex-Met? What does this mean for Brandon Nimmo too? I mean, were the Mets just not willing to go out there and give the type of contract that Jacob deGrom and his representatives were looking for? That's the thing you have to think about. I'm torn with this one. My emotions are very upset because Jacob deGrom meant so much to this organization for so many years. And in a way, us signing Max Scherzer to that deal last year might have started the exit of Jacob deGrom as a Met. Because if to him it was probably an insult that you paid this guy all this money and then you have me on the team and you didn't even bother to pay me. And I saw the warning signs throughout the season that deGrom was potentially looking to leave the New York Mets. And it's officially happened. Jacob deGrom is now an ex-New York Met. This one hurts. As a Mets fan, this one hurts a lot. But I'm not going to get on Jacob deGrom's case. He did what's best for him. He wanted to go home by his family, so I completely understand. And the Mets were probably not willing to offer deGrom the type of money that he was looking for. So I'm not going to get on Jacob deGrom at all for choosing what he felt was best for his career and for his family. But at the same time, I would be not being honest if I was not hurt by this, because of how much of a fan I am of Jacob deGrom, how much I've rooted this guy for years, how much this guy's been a staple of this Mets organization. After David Wright retired, Jacob deGrom became the face of this franchise for so many years. Now you could say it's Pete Alonso. But at the same time, deGrom has been with this organization for almost 20 years. It just sucks. I wish Jacob deGrom nothing but the best over there in Texas. I really want to know what the Mets offered Jacob deGrom, if it came anywhere close. And what do the New York Mets do now? Are we going to be in a hurry to re-sign Taijuan Walker and Chris Bassett? Are we going to go out there and sign Senga? Are we going to go out there and sign Justin Verlander to a big time deal? What the hell are the New York Mets going to do now to try and soften the big time loss without Jacob deGrom now out there? This is what we have to wonder. What the hell are the New York Mets going to do with Jacob deGrom out of the picture now? I want to know. What are the Mets going to do? You just lost your ace of your starting staff. Who is going to be able to come in and supplement the loss of Jacob deGrom in that rotation? When I know, I want to know. I really want to know. You're going to have Mets fans going out there and saying the organization is being cheap. Stevie Cohen's not going all out. Epler's being cheap. They weren't willing to go out there and sign their own. That's what you're going to start hearing. It'll be the same thing if Brandon Nimmo leaves too. Because now the Mets have had 3 big free agents they've had to focus on this offseason. One of them they brought back in Diaz. Another one they just lost in deGrom. Nimmo's the last guy you got to think about. And then you got other players that are looking like they could exit as well. But this is a massive blow to that New York Mets rotation. I like Justin Verlander, but I don't know if he's going to be able to handle New York, and he's almost 40 years old. And Senga, he's never pitched in Major League Baseball. Is he going to be able to come in and do anything close to what Jacob deGrom did over his Mets career? I doubt it. So that's my breaking news right now, Mets fans. Congratulations, Texas. Jacob deGrom has officially signed a 5-year, $185 million deal with an option for a 6-year, totaling the contract to $222 million. Good luck to Jacob deGrom in Texas. I know I keep saying that a lot. I'm frustrated. Because I really wanted Jacob deGrom to be that one guy to spend his whole career with one team, being with the Mets. I want to see one homegrown player have a long, fun, amazing career as a Met. And now I can't get that because deGrom's now a Ranger. The next closest guy is Pete Alonso and Jeff McNeil. But am I confident they're going to come back too? Yes, I should be. Stevie Cohen's the owner. He has tons of money. But why didn't you pay out for Jacob deGrom? I understand because of injury issues, you'd be a little bit suspicious. But right now, this is a major loss for the New York Mets. And what the hell is this organization going to do to try and recoup the loss of Jacob deGrom in that starting rotation? Can you trust Max Scherzer to go out there and pitch well consistently after the way he fell off this year and he's going into his age 39/40 season? Are you willing to bring back Chris Bassett, who sounded like he was spooked by New York, and Taijuan Walker, who's a decent pitcher? Maybe I'm just being an overzealous Mets fan right now. Maybe I'm just getting carried away. But right now, I'm frustrated, I'm upset, I'm sad. Because I really thought that Jacob deGrom was going to be that one guy that was going to spend his whole career with the New York Mets and be that one starting pitcher, our Doc Gooden of this generation, that would be here the whole time. And I get it. I understand why he left. He wanted to go back home. The Rangers offered him more money. The Mets might have been worried about his injury issues. And that fact that Max Scherzer got his big deal last year probably turned deGrom off from staying. But I just want to know, what are the New York Mets going to do now after losing Jacob deGrom? And it's going to suck not seeing number 48 towing the mound at Citi Field with the New York Mets anymore. But that's my breaking news I want to give you guys. Jacob deGrom is officially now a Texas Ranger. His New York Mets career has come to an end this offseason, and now the Mets have to figure out what they have to do to try to supplement the loss of Jacob deGrom. So if you guys like this video, hit the like button below. Sub up if you haven't already to NYGJeffyT85 for more breaking news, updates, and chatter surrounding the New York Mets. Turn on the bell for notifications of the next video or short dropping surrounding the New York Mets. And let me know in the comment section, Mets fans, baseball fans, everybody, what you think about the latest news about Jacob deGrom leaving the Mets and signing with the Texas Rangers. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great rest of your Friday, and let's go New York Mets. I want to know what this team is going to do to supplement Jacob deGrom's loss. Have a great night, everybody. Take it easy. Let's go Mets.